How did China become a superpower? With being one of the most populated country and the home to several deadliest viral diseases, China managed to become a superpower. Let us find out how. Welcome to our channel, Data is Everything. Today we will discuss about how China managed to be a superpower. So, watch this video till the end to get the complete information. Let us start with the history of early China. It has taken less than 70 years for China to emerge from isolation and become one of the biggest economic forces in the world. China has initiated a host of landmark market reforms over the past 40 years to open up trading routes and investment flows, eventually pulling hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. Let us know the early history. 1. The Great Leap Forward. 1958 to 1962, Chairman Mao Zedong turned the Chinese society's agricultural base into an industrial one, imposed a cooperative structure that organized peasants and prohibited private farming. The plan failed drastically to produce the required yield, followed by drought, that resulted in 56 million deaths in China, which included 3 million by suicide. This was the worst phase in China. 2. The Cultural Revolution, 1966. Chairman Mao initiated this campaign to erase the People's Republic's capitalist and traditional Chinese influences and introduce Maoism's philosophy to fill the ideological gaps. Schools were closed and Chinese youths were directed to take the lead in change, resulting in unwanted citizens being attacked by youth gangs known as the Red Guards. The country was not safe at all for a common citizen. Chaos has resulted in martial law, purges of the Communist Party and 1.5 million deaths. 3. On September 9, 1976, Mao dies. Mao's death effectively ends the Cultural Revolution after several heart attacks and brought Deng Xiaoping to power for the next 2 decades, pushing out the inner circle of Mao, known as the Gang of Four. Mao would have overseen the slaughter of some 40 million people by the end of his reign. 4. The Devlopment Phase. Deng Xiaoping's leadership began to reshape the economy. From 1977, the peasants have been granted the right to cultivate their own land, to improve living standards and to ease food shortages. As the US and China re-established diplomatic ties in 1979, the door was open to foreign investment. Money poured in, eager to take advantage of cheap labor and low rent costs. Many of the countries were interested in China. This led to the development of China. It was one of the world's least developed nations until 1978. With a 10% growth rate in the last 3 decades, China has lifted more than 80 crores, 800 million, out of poverty. China is said to be the factory of the world. China produces 80% of the world's air conditioners, 70% of mobile phones, 60% of shoes, 74% of solar cells, 60% of cement, 45% of ships, and 50% of steel. You must have got an idea by now that China believes in mass production and dumping of goods. Due to this mass production, the prices of the goods decrease and China is able to offer its product at a cheaper prices. The growth in GDP. The per capita GDP of China was $155 in 1987, which rose to $7,590 in 2014. Now China's economy has emerged as the second largest economy in the world with a GDP of $23.25 trillion. Market cap in the world. The Chinese economy, with exports as valued at $2.2 trillion, surpassed the US to become the world's #1 exporter. The entry of China into the World Trade Organization in 2001 helped it to cement its status as the world's largest factory and trader. China was found to be the largest export destination for 33 nations and the largest source of imports for 65 in the McKinsey report, which analyzed 186 nations. According to McKinsey, from 2015 to 2017, it was the second largest source of outbound foreign direct investment in the world and the second largest recipient of inbound investment. The massive development of the country came with a cost that made the people of China suffer in various ways. Let us have a look on the effects of industrialization on the health of an individual. Pollution. A glimpse of the sky, combined with a casual sniff of the air, and you will begin to see that the rise of China was not without its consequences. For most of the time, cities are enveloped in a white haze, any traces of the sky obscured by the consequences of producing almost half of the world's finished manufactured products. China individually uses 50% of the coal produced by the world annually for the industrial purposes, resulting in vast pollution. The quality of air is so bad that breathing in cities like Beijing for a day is as harmful as consuming 20 cigarettes per day. This is a great threat on the lives of people in the country. But the pollution issue goes beyond China's borders. In the haze above Los Angeles, signs of Chinese pollution have been detected, while emissions from factories in Guangdong province in the far south are causing havoc in Hong Kong, where air pollution makes it more difficult for companies to retain foreign employees to the territory. China is affecting the world slowly with its massive pollution. Birth defects in 900,000 children. Each year, nearly 900,000 newborn Chinese babies are affected by birth defects, according to official statistics, which means every 35 seconds a baby is born with a birth defect. An increasing number of Chinese parents are worried that air pollution is harming their children's and unborn children's health. A pregnant woman in Beijing surnamed Shi told the Global Times that she runs several air purifiers in her home at all times, even if it is sunny and clear outside, which is a common scene among pregnant families. This is really sad. This statistic was echoed by the Beijing orphanage, whose staff told the Global Times that they have been receiving a greater percentage of children with birth malformations in recent years. Thinking from a parent's point of view, this can be traumatizing. The diseases that are seen in the babies are abnormal body structural changes, physical dysfunctions and metabolic disorders. There are several other health issues noticed in the children and the adults. China developed to be a superpower, but the path to this success was difficult and millions of people have lost their lives during the initial phase of the development. Millions of people in the country are suffering from severe health diseases. That was all for today's video. Do let us know in the comments your opinions about the development. Thank you for watching. Data is everything. Like, share and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos.